What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former world champion turned middleweight title contender, Mexican superstar boxer, undefeated Jaime Munguia, 39 wins, no losses, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 6 foot tall with a 72-inch arm reach. He has responded to the reports that Premier Boxing Champion, founder, and advisor Al Haymon has sent him and his team an offer to face off against undefeated 2-division world champion, who currently is the reigning WBC middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jermall Charlo, who is 32 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. With that said, Jaime Munguia has now responded, and he's confirmed that this offer is on the table, and he's trying to make a decision as to what direction he wants to go in, because Jaime Munguia also has the World Boxing Organization, the WBO, mandatory title eliminator position against Kazakhstan's undefeated fighter who was 11 wins, no losses, no draws, 7 wins by way of knockout. We're talking about Janibek, who is 5'11.5", with a 71.5-inch arm reach at 28 years of age. Okay, Janibek is seen as the next Gennady Triple G Golovkin, 2-time middleweight world champion, and he's the mandatory. Well, he's number 2 in the WBO rankings, and Jaime Munguia is number 1 in the WBO rankings. Okay, so we know that the champion is right now undefeated 2-division world champion, superstar boxer Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who Demetrius Andrade is going up to face off against Zach Parker, who's an undefeated fighter at super middleweight for the WBO interim mandatory position to fight 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo, who's the undisputed super middleweight world champion. Okay, so with that said, Demetrius Andrade is going to fight Zach Parker. Looks like it's going to take place May 21st. And Demetrius Andrade is still going to hold on to his title. It seemed like Demetrius Andrade was going to vacate his WBO title, but now it puts Jaime Munguia in a tricky position. Demetrius Andrade, 31 wins, no losses, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. Okay, again, he's going to face off against Zach Parker May 21st. Okay, and that's going to be the WBO title eliminating position to be the mandatory. Now, the question for Demetrius Andrade is how long it's going to take for his fight with Zach Parker. 22 wins, no losses, no draws, 16 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. Should he get past Zach Parker, how long is it going to take Canelo Alvarez, who's moving up to light heavyweight, to challenge WBA light heavyweight world champion, undefeated Russian superstar boxer Dmitry Bivol, who is 19 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach, 72-inch arm reach, excuse me, and they're fighting May 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Okay, so Demetrius Andrade is putting himself in position to be the mandatory challenger, but is Canelo Alvarez, who is being rumored and reported to possibly chase undisputed at light heavyweight, or is he going to possibly face Gennady Triple G Golovkin, who is his rival in a trilogy match in September? So there's no direct plan of what Canelo Alvarez is going to do. We know he signed a 2-fight deal to fight Demetrius Bivol and to fight Triple G on the back end. But is he going to fight Triple G in September, or is he going to fight him at the end of the year? Now, we also know that Artur Beterbiev, who's the unified WBC IBF light heavyweight world champion, undefeated superstar boxer, he is being rumored to face off against WBO light heavyweight world champion star boxer Joe Smith Jr. in unification bout. That would mean Canelo Alvarez, should he beat Dmitry Bivol, would only have to have one more fight against the winner of that fight for undisputed light heavyweight. Then he'll close out the year with Triple G in Mexico City in a trilogy match, right? So that would leave Demetrius Andrade to at least have to have 2 more fights or stay relatively inactive. Okay, so there's talks now that Demetrius Andrade, if he fights and beats Zach Parker, that the WBO is going to allow him to still hold on to his WBO title at middleweight, which would allow him to be, then he would have to face off against Jaime Munguia. So Jaime Munguia beats Janibek, okay, then he would have to face Demetrius Andrade for the title. So he would still have to have 2 fights. But now he has a massive offer on the table to fight Jermall Charlo immediately for the WBC title. Now, he's number 1 in the WBC rankings at middleweight, but he's not the mandatory challenger for Jermall Charlo, okay? But he's number 1 in the rankings. So this is going to give him a direct line, immediate opportunity to fight Jermall Charlo for his WBC title. So now, essentially, you look at it from this standpoint. Now, Jaime Munguia has to make a decision, because if he fights Janibek, who is a no walk in the park, that's a very tough fight for him. He's seen as a version of Triple G. Now, the other 2 champions, obviously, is Triple G and Murata, who are going to fight April 9th in the unification bout. And then there's talks, obviously, Triple G is going to move up. So there's no direct line for him to fight there. But if he fights and beats Janibek, Jaime Munguia, this is thus the reason why he's saying he's mulling over this offer. He will have a massive pay-per-view Showtime deal that Steven Espinosa has confirmed that they have made the offer to Jaime Munguia as well. This will be a massive pay-per-view opportunity for Jaime Munguia and a massive payday. If he fights Janibek, who is going to be, they're going to a purse bid. Okay, so now this purse bid, Janibek fights on Top Rank, so it's going to go to a purse bid. Top Rank could win the purse bid, the Zone could win the purse bid. You know, he don't know who or where he would fight. Okay, with that said, he's with Golden Boy Promotion, Oscar De La Hoya, and the Zone. Janibek is with ESPN, Top Rank, and Bob Arum. So if they win the purse bid, he'll have to go to Top Rank. But then he could take this deal, pull out of that, take this deal with Showtime and Steven Espinosa to fight Jermall Charlo for a massive payday and a direct line at the title. If he goes the Janibek route, like I stated, he have to beat Janibek, and then he's still going to have to fight Demetrius Andrade, because more than likely that's an opportunity for Demetrius Andrade that he just simply can't turn down. He could possibly fight Jaime Munguia while he's waiting to fight Canelo Alvarez. So he'll be the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez at 168, but he can still defend his 160-pound WBO title against Jaime Munguia. So Jaime Munguia will have to go through Janibek, then Demetrius Andrade to be the champion. Now, those are 2 big fights for him, but he could have 1 fight directly with Jermall Charlo for the WBC title and a massive payday. So he's going to stand to get more money against Jermall Charlo and an opportunity immediately at the title than he would to fight. Obviously, Janibek is not a major name, and it's not going to be a pay-per-view event or a super fight. And that's a stepping stone. He's just fighting Janibek to be the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade, and then he still has to fight and beat Demetrius Andrade, okay? In which, again, that would be an easy fight to make, because Demetrius Andrade has a relationship with the Zone. And so how much money is he going to stand to make, and can he get past Janibek and then get past Demetrius Andrade? Where in this situation, you just have to get past Jermall Charlo and you're going to get a massive payday. So Jaime Munguia is deciding if he wants to allow his team to go to this purse bid with the WBO, or is Jaime Munguia just going to go the route of, you know, facing, Jermall Charlo. Now, stylistically, I think they're all tough matchups for Jaime Munguia. I think Jermall Charlo actually beats Jaime Munguia. I think that Demetrius Andrade beats Jaime Munguia. I believe that Janibek has a 50% chance to beat Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia has improved. He did get better, you know, but, you know, he still has major flaws and still there's major questions. We haven't seen him on the grand stage. We haven't seen him on the big stage. So here's an opportunity for Jaime Munguia to, you know, prove that he belongs on that big stage. This is an opportunity for Jaime Munguia to face a big name opponent and get the WBC title. He's been WBO champion at 154. He will be the WBC champion at 160. And we know the WBC, World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman, board of 32 members, they will always back the Mexican fighters, okay? So with that said, you know, this is a huge opportunity and a decision to be made by Jaime Munguia. It's a tough decision because, like I said, Janibek is a tough fight. That's a 50-50 fight. We don't know if he could beat Janibek, right? And then he will still have to go through Demetrius Andrade, which I don't think. I think stylistically, Demetrius Andrade is a terrible matchup for Jaime Munguia because he's slick. He's a southpaw. He has a lot of power. He has a high ring IQ, fast feet. I think that that's a terrible matchup for Jaime Munguia. I think that Jermall Charlo would still beat Jaime Munguia, but I think that Jermall Charlo is a better style matchup for Jaime Munguia because Jermall Charlo stands in the pocket. You don't have to search and seek out Jermall Charlo, but then Jermall Charlo has a high ring IQ, very technically sound, great jab, and has power. Now, we saw a flaw in his game against guys like, you know, Matt Karpov, and the fight with his latest fight with Juan Montiel, okay? Juan Marcel Montiel, okay? He looked like he had flaws in his game. So, and he's been out the ring for a year. So, you know, but I still think Jermall Charlo just technically more gifted, a better athlete, bigger, stronger, more accurate, sharper with his punches than Jaime Munguia, and I think he beats Jaime Munguia. But I think that Janibek is the guy that he has the best chance to beat. But then you're still going to have to either go through Jermall Charlo or Demetrius Andrade. So they're saying right now he's looking to make a decision. He wants to make a decision by Friday, and can't wait to see how this unfolds and plays out. Either which way, we'll finally see Jaime Munguia tested on the big stage. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.